The first time this thing actually even concerned me was I had an audience member that was telling me, dude, Xbox consoles aren't available in Europe anymore. People have been saying this. And that day I was coming out of Sam's because it was a very busy day. It kind of agitated me. I was like, where are you getting this information from? And so I said, all right. My wife was driving, so I basically fired up, like an AI module. I said, hey, pull me websites, online electronics store retailers in Europe, Poland, Germany, and different countries, right? So I start going to these websites, doing English translations, and I start seeing that they have Xbox consoles in stock. And so I said to myself, now, why would anybody want to categorize this particular situation as there are no consoles available because maybe they're downsizing shelf space for arguably the third place selling console? I then realized that these so-called actors are actually bad faith actors. There's a news article floating around that's actually been sourced from two employees, alleged employees. That's crazy. Alleged staff. One works with Walmart, one works with Sam's. And it's very funny. I think there's one with Target or something like that. And it's very interesting that this particular article is coming out again in another weekend. But let me show you Xbox guys how to get ahead of this. What you want to do is just go to your local store, take a picture, post it on social media, and just say, it's a lie. I myself, I've not been on camera for a long time. And I finally said, you know what? Screw it. I'm going in the store. In the middle of making a video, guys, if you listen to that first video, when I hit pause, I literally ran to my nearest Walmart. And here is what I found.
If you let these people lie to you, you end up looking foolish. What are these? What are these?
And the thing is stocked. I then went to another Walmart store. Again, I literally was in the middle of something and I saw this stupid article and I said, number one, Nib95, nothing against you. You're a regular guy like I am. But my dude, how are you going to verify Walmart stocks of Xbox consoles when you're geographically hindered from doing so? This is all fomenting nonsense. Because I did talk to a Walmart and a Target staff. And this anecdote is a bunch of baloney. It really is. And so I went in there and I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and talk to somebody at Walmart. I mean, I didn't even think the lady was going to help me, but she was quite helpful when I got in there. Listen.
I don't know what they're doing with the Xbox games, to be honest.
Okay, but you guys still have the consoles.
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys are not stopping carrying the consoles?
No.
Oh, okay.
As far as I know, no.
Okay.
No, because they just went up.
Okay. Thank you.
So these people are over here telling me not to trust my own eyes. You did this last weekend. You did this 2 weekends ago. And, it's one thing to sit here and make YouTube videos and another thing to put yourself out there. So what I think I need to do and what I think we need to do is basically start just picking random cities. Destin already reported that he called his local Walmart. I didn't bother about picking up the phone. Sundays are way too busy. He's lucky he got somebody. As I was leaving that Walmart, I should have recorded that call. I called a Sam's Club that's away from me because I walked into Sam's and they were like, no, we usually don't carry them in store. I was like, no, I've seen them in the store before. And then I was talking to my wife and she's like, yeah, a lot of things in Sam's are like cyclical. They'll carry sometimes, then they'll remove it because it's not necessarily a regular item there. And if you buy computer components, you'll see that same thing too. In fact, there's an MSI monitor. No, let me not tell you anymore so you guys don't go buy that monitor from me. I want to buy a second one and then I'll give you guys game. And you can just pick up, like, say, I just looked up Colorado Springs, right? If I were to make my way to a Colorado Springs Walmart, like, and just call, or maybe even just go on the website and change the Walmart. You know what I mean? Like, you can literally do the research sitting on your butt. You don't even need to walk out the door. You don't need to call anybody. You can simply just change your zip code, right? And you will be in a position where you can find out what is in stock in those stores and what's not in stock. If you go there, look on the top left corner. It says Colorado Springs. I don't live in Colorado Springs. I've been there. I think I went to Colorado Springs 15 years ago. I visited there. You will see that their Xbox Series X consoles in stock. It even tells you the aisle. Walmart actually has been one of the retailers that leveled up their game in the last 8 years. You all are clearly, you're all on something. Kansas City, Missouri. Let's just start picking cities around. You know what? Let's just go to freaking, come on, give me the most out-of-pocket city. Uncertain Texas doesn't have a Walmart. Hold on. Let me find some really out-of-pocket town. This town here that I found is called New Ulm, Minnesota. It's actually close to another town with a weird name. I just picked random weird names called Sleepy Eye, Minnesota. In the town close to it, named Ulm, Minnesota, you can also see that they have Xbox consoles, Series X and Series S. In stock, they even give you the aisle numbers. You can pretty much go ahead and filter it by, in-store, online, or whatever the heck it is. Here's another town called Shelburne. I guess this is called the Shelburne Supercenter in Gorham, New Hampshire. They have Xbox Series X consoles, aisle O15. The Series S consoles, they also have it in stock. I don't know, it'd probably be in the same aisle because they put them in the same case. Let's check and see if the Walmarts in any New Jersey, let me just throw a pin. Newark, New Jersey. Let's see if they got an Xbox inside of a Walmart somewhere there. This is the Kearney Supercenter. They got Series X's and S's. Oh my gosh. How can the world be so brain dead? Oh my Lord. This is why Twitter is trash. Garfield Supercenter. Let's switch stores. Let's just keep going. Let's look at this. Garfield Supercenter. Aisle M2. You can find yourself an Xbox Series X console. I mean, we could just do this all day. See, like I said, the very first time I heard somebody say this, that they weren't Xbox consoles, and you just do some clicks, that's all. That's when I was very shocked that this particular Xbox propaganda, right? This Xbox propaganda is much more detrimental than you can imagine. It's pure propaganda. These guys don't know what the flip they're talking about. I saw a YouTuber walked in and said, "Oh, yeah, my store is carrying Nintendo Switch items inside the Xbox, whatever." A lot of Xbox games are digital. But where have you heard, or who's been telling you that Walmart is pulling its Xbox consoles from the store? Y'all better be happy, like I said, that Xbox does not use legal action to curb stuff like this. Because gaming, right? Because gaming is based on fandom. Was it that this was a whole different thing? Some of you will be seeing lawsuits served at your doorstep. That's why you guys have the audacity to hide behind a keyboard. That's why. Say y'all were doing this to Nintendo. Say Xbox was as, litigious as Nintendo. Man, some of you would have gotten cease and desist. No doubt about it. Some news outlets would have gotten straight up cease and desist. This is the scummiest and nastiest cycle I've ever seen. And when you ask them questions like, how did you verify this? Like this one over here, Rithian. Let me go ahead and show you this account user who said, sad news for Team Green. Xbox is being pulled from several Walmart and Target stores across the U.S. Which ones?